Good evening, folks. Hope everybody's week is going well. We're halfway to the weekend now. Out here for another night at Tunguska for some telescopic fishing. And tonight, instead of going for that spot over there between those two rocks, is still very active. So if you're looking for a spot to crack up on some fish, it's still a very good spot. Hey, Canadian, hey, River King, how you guys doing? I did try some more fishing along this stream, caught a couple fish, but it's very tricky with telescopic because the current is so rapid. It's very awkward. I do want to do some more experimenting with it, but tonight we're going to take a boat down here and just let it drift along through the river and do a little bit of telescoping from the boat there. But before we go, I need to stop by the tackle shop and grab some bait, and I also need to buy some more cucumbers here. Put a batch of 50 there. Let's see. One day I'm going to remember which one of these is the tackle shop. Cafe. Over here. Everybody's fishing at today. Like some people are out at Act 2 but going after some wild carp. Always a fun time there. Where are you, tackle shop? Nope, somewhere around here. That's the workshop. Hardware. Shoot. There is. Yeah, I can see Canadian. Catching anything rare out there right now? This cafe was this. That's not the tackle shop. I completely passed it over. What's going on here? Grocery. And here is it. Oh, it was this one. Completely looked right past it. Nothing special up there. Yeah, I saw some people have been having some luck at amber, but it does seem like it's not as hopping as it was the last few weeks. I'm gonna grab some more mayfly larvae because I'm low on those. I think that's all I needed. Go and grab 2 batches because I always use those suckers. All right. Let's see. Need to grab a boat ticket. And I guess we'll grab a 2-day boat ticket. That should do the trick. We only need the category B, even though the other one can get us up there quicker. The price difference just doesn't really worth it since we're just trying to get up there, then bringing it to a stop and letting it drift the rest of the way. Let's go ahead and start boating our way up there. Now, when I tried this before, I had some decent luck. I didn't get any especially rare species, but wasn't too bad. My hope is that the other spot over there, I haven't had any luck getting any more taimen. So I'm hoping that as we drift along, maybe we'll come across a spot with some taimen or something like that, if we're lucky. Now, the spot up there on the stream that I tried, I did get a smelt and a brown trout, but because of that current, you basically have to get it in a way to where your bait hits the bottom of the stream before the line gets out ahead of the float. So it gets really awkward. I'm going to keep playing around with it because I think there is potential there, but just haven't found the right exact technique yet. Tonight's key is a Lady Gray. Ooh, still too hot to drink though. Alright, I see the buoys up ahead. So I do know that these deeper holes, I'm guessing you can go after some like sturgeon and stuff like that in, or something pretty big, but with a telescopic you can't get that deep. However, I do want to experiment at some point once I get bait fish unlocked. For some of those deep holes, I may try to see if a match rod is worth playing on them, but overall I still want to try and mainly do telescopic. All right, let's see. Yeah, where we at? I think we can probably... Now, it is unfortunately the sun is going down, so at the start of this, we're probably not going to get a whole lot. Yeah, they don't like to fish. The fish don't like to bite at night, but not completely dead. These slow category B boats, I tell you. We're gonna get up to this rock here, and then we're just gonna go ahead and go sideways, turn the engine off, and put a line in the water. In the world? I guess this is the, that was odd. Loud thud and the boat stopped moving. Maybe we hit a big fish, I don't know. Here we go, let's go ahead and turn the engine off, bring out the, I'm gonna use the larger float on here. What I've been doing when I'm drifting out here, I just go ahead and set the float depth to like 4 meters. That helps it keep ahead of the float, and also in those deeper holes, gives us a little bit deeper reach to see what we can do. Let's see, as far as bait goes, I guess we'll just keep with the, actually, let's switch to line 3. It's got a size 4 hook, and let's go with this one so I can do flies and red worm. See how it is. Let's set the bait the depth on this one. Here we go. All right. And since it's nighttime, we're not gonna have a crazy bite rate. I need a few potato or pickles here, so I'm gonna make a batch up real quick. Yeah. Again, fishing from the shore where you can have the 3 telescopic rods out is a much better bite rate. And if I wanted to get really crazy, I could probably just put two spinner lines out behind me. So while we're drifting, I could also be doing some spinning in the drifting, but I'm not too worried about it. Kind of just a fun, chill night right here. And the good news is here at Tunguska is that similar to carp, the fish species are worth a decent amount on their own. So you may only get 10 fish in an hour, but those 10 fish could be worth close to 100 silver. Either we've got a nibble or on the bottom of the water here. Or a little bit, can you go a little bit further out? I think we're too close to shore right now. You want to get right over those deeper holes. Further. Right about here should do. Yeah. Try that again. And part of the reason I really want to get some more experimentation done in this stream is to go after some Arctic grayling, and we're really lucky. I want to find out if it's possible to catch pink salmon on Telescopic, because so far it's one of the like 3 non-deep sea species that have not been caught on Telescopic. There may be more that I didn't notice, but I know off the top of my head, Atlantic salmon, pink salmon, and albino catfish have 0 catches globally on the record boards for telescopic fishing. Yeah, I'm hoping for some taimen for sure. I've only managed to catch the 2 so far. I got that one that was like 6 kilo and one that was less than half a kilo. So apparently that spot over there has been really good for mainly whitefish, and occasionally some of the other random species out there like pellet or muxons like that will bite, but doesn't seem to be a particularly good taimen spot. And I did try when I was drifting through here off camera not necessarily this spot, but through this 11-meter hole. I tried putting pieces of fish and cockchafer larvae on to see if maybe some of those meteor species would hop on there, but I think it's just because I can't get down to the, it can't even really get halfway down in the depth. They just weren't pulling me in. And let's see where we at right now. So we're doing all right as far as the drift goes. It's weird how slow the boat drifts on this river. When you watch the floats, if you're fishing the shore, it seems like it's got a really fast current, but the boat just kind of fiddles along. And there's weird physics calculations when you're doing a telescopic fishing line from a boat. It doesn't really calculate the current on the float the way it normally does. Hopefully we'll get a couple catches through the night, and then once the sun comes up, we should be able to start catching. So I will say, when I was drifting through here, I had a higher bite rate in general, like than I did at the other spot but with just with one line, you can't capitalize on it as much. But it did seem like there was only about 30 seconds between each catch, which was nice. This also isn't the ideal way to do telescopic from a boat. Normally, you want to use the shorter rods on a boat, but this works. Work with what we've got. So can you think of any baits out here that might be even better at nighttime for some of the species? And try do some nightcrawler and pieces of fish and see what gets on there maybe. As the sun comes back up, we'll start going after the lighter species again. Nightcrawlers is a good one for night. Okay. It is right there in the name after all. I really hate this float. How it like sinks so far below the water. There's just that little tiny nub at the top. I need to get around to replacing it with another one of the long wagglers. Why are you taking that down? It should be heavy enough to rattle in there. Let's try that again. This is a 5.5 gram float, so it should have no problem holding those two baits up. Yeah, I really wish you could do use the boat stands or the rod stands on the boat for telescopic. It really limits your potential. I think we're getting some nibbles here. Either that or we've come across a particularly shallow spot of water. But I mean, you could technically have two spinning lines out and then use your telescopic, but we've moved on from spinning. We're telescopic for life here now. Okay, yeah, so we've drifted into the shallow spot again, so I guess I'll drop it down to 3 meters. That goes the trick. And most of my luck was in the between the 11 and the 7.5 meter hole. So once we get closer to that, I may scoot the boat forward again to get back into those. Still too shallow. Sure is acting like it. Oh, I guess I'll go ahead and move forward into the deep spot again then. Right out here to the middle. Yeah. So the other thing I want to test with at some point in the river is whether or not it will actually hook a fish while the float is suspended in the air, because one of the common things the telescopic does out there is it'll carry your line up or your hook up, and then the float will end up just kind of getting suspended in the air. So I wonder if while it's in the air, fish will still bite, or if the game registers the float is not in the water at that point and messes up the whole rig. But it's just it's very awkward because of that stream. Like I said, I caught 2 fish there off camera, and I caught the one Lennick out there when we went out there that first night. So it works, but it's not very reliable. That said, it does seem like if we can catch a pink salmon, that's where we got to do it. If it is happy hour time, I'm going to hold off on the happy hour activation tonight. I'm going to wait till after the stream. I'm going to go ahead and travel to Oldburg and wind and stock up on some stuff to do some cooking and bait harvest training with my happy hour. Yeah, I need to, so can you buy the roe in shops? Because I don't remember seeing it in the bait, but I was never looking for it, so looking past it. But I would think that the trout and salmon would both love the roe. Okay, it's a gold only. I'm assuming it's not one that can be crafted with bait harvesting either. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I'll probably, like, once I figure out the proper technique up there in that stream to where I can reliably at least get fish biting the way the float goes, then maybe I'll do a stream where I pick up some roe and see what we get. Make sure that our floats or our rods held high so that float stays visible. Gotta love nighttime fishing out here, right? Yeah, hopefully I can get my bait harvesting up to a pretty good percentage, start getting some of those premium baits to start using more often when I scoop. I think take the pieces of fish off. I think that's what's causing all this added weight to be all garbly. Throw. Let's throw some flies. Yeah, if I can keep getting, well, I don't know about next weekend. That is level 31 for sure, but haven't had a whole lot of luck going after some or getting some high XP fish. If I can find a reliable high XP fish that I can farm for happy hours, then you get to Yama a lot quicker. But it is a ways to go, and we're still not even quite a third of the way through level 30 right now. The XP that I've been getting here at Tunguska has been, it's okay, but it's not like when Amber's active and you're getting all those 15 to 20 kilo carp back to back. That's where the XP is at. It does seem like Ladoga Lake is starting to get active again. I've been seeing a lot of telescopic records popping up from there with Vindus and whitefish, different whitefish species. So if it gets fully active again, that would definitely help in getting, if not my levels, it'll help me getting that float fishing. It's still sitting here at 88.7 now. I'm lucky to get like 0.1% a day on that right so far. Really hoping to get to 90% soon. Let's see, sun's coming up. Yeah, the long-term goal will probably be to pick up one of those trophy hunting telescopics that have the additional skill gain bonus or skill point bonuses, and try to go after trophies once I get to that point and start racking in the money. And now the sun's up. Let's see if we can't have some better luck with our mayfly and redworm combo. So far, no luck tonight, but I've only tried this once and it was working okay when I tried it yesterday. So I'm hoping that it may be because it's overcast. I don't know if that could be a factor. It could be perhaps pushing the fish towards the shallower water or something. Oh, it's pickles and tea time. Alrighty, alrighty. Do you want me to do it now, or you want me to wait till the ad break and it? Probably, actually, I think I'll go ahead and do it now, so that way, since the fish aren't quite awake yet, clearly. I'll go ahead and knock it out now, so that way we, when it's done, we should pretty much be in the fish bite time. So I want to bring the line in for a second here. It's going to take a brief pause here. It'll take me about 45 seconds or so. I'll be right back. We're going to grab a pickle for this pickles and tea caching. All right, I'm back, folks. For those of you that aren't aware, newer to the channel, we have a channel point system here for participating in the Twitch chat. You earn points as you just are logged in, watching in the chat, or participating in the chat gives you some extra ones. But one of our big turn-in options is pickles and tea, which is just a reference to our fishermen in Russian Fishing 4, basically living off of pickles and tea. So on there, I will eat some pickles and have some tea on camera. So again, tonight's tea is Lady Grey. So I've actually got 2 small pickles. I need to get some more pickles at the store tomorrow because I'm down to just like the small ones. Let's go ahead and dip our first pickle in the tea here. See where the camera gets it on view. All right. A little swirly action here. Still some good crunch to it. Got that citrusy mix from the Lady Grey tea with the harsh bite of the pickle. Pretty tasty though. And our second little baby pickle here. Nice and refreshing. And that is how you survive fishing in Russia. It's all you need. Healthiest combo. Doctor not approved. Very delicious. Thanks for the support as always there, Canadian. Let's go ahead and get some more fishing on here. Adjust my depth back to 4 meters here. There you go. All right. All right. Hopefully, now that the sun is more or less up, this weather being foggy and overcast probably is affecting fish back. Oh, there we go. We got one. All right, first fish of the night here. What do we got? Looks like a pretty big sardine Cisco, actually. Too shabby. Have some more pickle action there. Oops, someone got a Amur catfish on telly just now, so somewhere those are biting. I guess I probably need to try and target them. Maybe tomorrow night stream we'll try to hunt them down. Let's see, what do they bite on? Or catfish. Yeah, the old cockchafer larva and pieces of fish. Yeah, figures. The big meaty stuff. Anybody know any good spots for trying to fish for them? Another Cisco here. I love that sound of them smacking the tee while I pull them up. Yeah, given the size of those catfish, they seem like they're shallow water species rather than the deep water one. Huh. I mean, if someone got it on telescopic, then I assume that they must be shallow water attribute. Yeah, it's something nibbling over there. Yeah, on the map. Okay. So, and one thing I did find when I was testing this last night off camera was that I go very long without a nibble. It's better to just recast because it seems to reset the catch chance, and sometimes you'll get them pretty quickly that way. Yeah. We got another Cisco. Yeah, looks like a pellet or a muskin. Pellet. Hey, a float fishing game. We're at 88.8. Can't beat the 100 spot. Yeah, there's been a lot of Gibble and Crucian trophies this week. There must be some really active spots somewhere. It's just a shame that those even trophy are worth hardly any silver and XP. Another Cisco here. Maybe there'll be a good Cisco cafe order we can fill. Yeah, the 8200 spot is super good. As you can see on this, like once the fish are biting, it does go. They latch on pretty quickly out here, but not having those extra two lines out definitely slows down your overall catch rate. Hopefully, I can find a good catfish spot though, so that tomorrow night we can try to target some of those. And I might try swapping to cricket larva as well, see if we can get something off of that. There's a whitefish there. Almost 1.5 kilo. Yeah, the drifting with telescopic seems to work better on this river than it does on Seversky. Drifting with a spinner works amazing on Seversky, but when I tried it a couple times with telescopic, it kind of got awkward because the boat kept floating a lot faster than the float did. So I'd keep ending up in situations where I couldn't position myself in a way to keep the float upright. Ooh, here we go, something halfway decent. It's like a muskin. Off the boat there. Where's he at? Where's he at? I have to put the line down a little bit so I can get him back out to the side of the boat here. This is where you can see like the difference. If I had one of those shorter, like 5-meter telescopic rods, this would be a lot easier to do. Having to pull this much line up makes these kind of awkward situations now and then. Come on, fish. Where's he at? This side now. 4135 is the cat trophy area. Okay. Well, I mean, there's people catching the catfish on telescopic, so we can try it tomorrow. Where's this guy at? Like he's caught on something. I'm gonna let the line down and where's he at? Have I broken it? There we go. Not bad, almost 3 kilo muksun. That was a double weekly there, regular muksun size plus the telescopic. That's probably going to be another investment I need to save up for, is getting a 5-meter falcon or something like that, so I can do boat fishing there. Oh, missed that one. Put up just a little too soon. As you're seeing, like once the fish are biting, they'll bite quick when you're doing the drifting. They seem to bite quicker than they do when fishing from the shore. So it almost makes up for not having the extra 2 lines, but not entirely. Yeah. Like another sardine. Ooh, that's a good sized one. And another float gain. All right. Just over 1% away from unlocking bait fish rigs. Ah, pulled up too soon. And what gives me hope about this is that since it does seem to add some sort of bite rate multiplier when you're in a boat on telescopic, if I can find an active spot I can reach for some of those especially profitable fish like taimen or sturgeon, stuff like that, that I can reach while on a boat, we may be able to make a lot of silver and XP per hour by doing. We have a map right now. Getting close to the edge. There is a surprisingly large amount of area on this river on the ends that are past the border of the map, which is weird. Again, Seversky, they do a pretty good job of having the borders basically on the edge of the actual map. But here, like you can see the borders right up there. It's going to stop you like right around here. You can even get up to this extra area. Brianna is halibut fishing again tonight. So in the, okay, yeah, a little bit of a shallow spot here. Have some more pickle action. Yeah, got another one on. Not quite sure what that is. It might be a small whitefish. Yeah. And if they're below a kilo, those broad whitefish are very gray rather than the usual brown color. Look like a small pellet or something like that instead. Hey, there's speaking of the halibut hunter. Go on, Brandon. All right, so guess once we get up to the buoys there, we're gonna have to turn around and go back a ways so we can get drifting again. Oh, you got a trophy last night? Very nice. Congrats on that. That was a long fight. I assume it's probably worth a lot of silver too. And there's a couple species out here that will pull the line down, and you kind of have to let them sit under the water for a few seconds. But the problem is there's also some species that will pull it down that you have to pull up right away. So you're destined to miss one or the other. Might swap some bait around after the next fish. Go. We got, what do we got? Pellet, I think. Nope, small muxon. All right, so I'm gonna try, probably keep the red worm one. Let's try some flies. I'd really like to get more, I'd like to get some brown trout at some point. I've only caught 2 out here so far. And when we hit the buoys, I think to save time on the boat rental and just time in general, instead of trying to bring the boat all the way back up, we'll re-log to start back at the town and go from the docks. It's about halfway up the river that way. Just about to this map end here. It's a super deep hole as well, so probably won't even catch much. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and re-log, and I guess it's gonna force the happy hour to activate actually, so I don't want to do that. I guess I will actually travel because I want to save this happy hour to do a bunch of bait harvest crafting. Off we go. Rokovar in the in-game chat's having some good luck right now. Caught 2, a trophy crucian, a trophy gibble. Seems to be catching some good grass carp. Yeah, I think there is a spot on bear that's still fairly active, just not as active as it's been the last couple weeks. I assume they're probably there. So let's bring it up to the top of the 11-meter hole and go back to drifting from the spot. Old sturgeon slough. I'm assuming that means that there's some sturgeon spots around here, I would hope. A little bit further. Make sure I'm centered. About here, probably. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. All right, let's get this back in the water. We'll keep the fly and worm on for a little bit. If we don't get any bites, we'll switch back to larva. Might even try double larva if, now, do the taimen ever come out here to these deeper spots, or are they primarily stick close to shore species? Yeah. They go in the deep water as well? Okay. Fly is not doing a whole lot, so I'm guessing Since I've still got the red worm, I'm guessing that the larva was the main thing that was attracting the fish. So let's go to double larva and see what we can pull out. Got from the 16-meter hole, way down there. Okay. Although going after some of the larger fish from the boat is risky because you don't have the option to do the whole walk back and forth to release tension. Yeah. Feels light, whatever it is. Is small whitefish? Yeah. E. Got some nibbles. Another small fish. A little pellet. Yep. Come on, Taman. You're small. Actually, it's decent Cisco. Exactly 1,000 XP. All right. I do have a size 4 hook on here, which is probably helping the bite rate out a little bit and limiting our maximum size, but gives me the freedom to throw flies on if I want to. Another small fry. Ooh, an Arctic oatmeal. Don't get too many of those. Yeah, I think this would actually be a pretty profitable thing to do if you wanted to go ahead and put the 2 spinning rods in the boat rod to get a little bit of extra fish while you're drifting. It may be something I try for another stream just to see how big of an improvement it might be. The oatmeal there was a weekly telescopic record. Another pellet, I think. Tiny pellet. I think that's the first non-marker pellet I've got here. Yeah, the bike rate's nice doing this. Like, it's not a lot of downtime, that's for sure. Until the sun sets, then it's nothing but downtime. I pulled that one up too late. Already getting close to the buoys again. Oh, appreciate the follow there, Cuckoo Burloo. Welcome to the stream. And I think that may be, wait for a second to see if it updates, but I think that may be the 100th follower. Ah, France. Welcome to the stream. Haven't had any, have a few various European regulars. First one from France. Yep, you are the 100th follower. So I'll do something special for tomorrow night's stream to celebrate hitting the big 100. All right, we got another pellet, I think. Bad, almost a kilo. If you're a fan of telescopic fishing, you'll get plenty out of this channel because I've kind of become the ipso facto U.S. region telescopic fisherman. I've been slowly convincing the rest of the U.S. region players to switch to telescopic as well. Yeah, it's been fun. We get a lot of try some crazy stuff too. Like right now, doing drifting while telescopic is a weird way to approach it, but been pretty relaxing. In fact, I wonder if I still have the clean sweep in the U.S. region for wild carp. I haven't checked lately. Let's see. Wild carp. Yeah, there we go. Clean sweep of all the U.S. region wild carp on telescopic. That was a fun day right there. Cast this. We get closer to those buoys at the edge of the map here. We'll go back down to the start of the 11 meter. Got another small fish on. Another pellet. Let's go ahead and switch to the bigger hook real quick and see if we can't grab some larger fish right now. It does seem like the whitefish and the muskin or muxins we were getting more up in this section though. Appreciate it. Always fun to get some new chatters in here. All right, we're just about to the boundary here. All right, let's go ahead and zoom back up to the start of the hole here. Also, if anyone's got some friends that have been interested in getting into the game but have been intimidated by the mechanics, everything, Canadian has put out a new video today that is a good beginner's guide, a nice little over an hour long deep dive into getting started in the game. So, got some friends on the fence, send them over to Canadian's YouTube channel. A lot of good up-to-date information. There's plenty of guides out there, but a lot of them are 2-4 years old, so some of the information's not as up to date. So these types have got one of the more recent beginner's guides. All right, where are we at? A little bit further to go. All right, this should be a good enough spot. Let's get that line back in the water. We'll go with the double larva again for a little bit. And it does seem like, I guess we're getting close to the sunset, so that's probably why things have slowed down a bit here. Go ahead and switch from the mayfly larva stonefly combo to nightcrawler and stonefly. Go ahead and make that switch now. Nightcrawler. Short cast there for some reason. There we go. Another sardine. No, a little tiny humpback whitefish. Okay. I want to think that we'd be able to get a sturgeon at 4 meters deep instead of 11. Another sardine Cisco. Sun should be setting any minute now. There's another sardine Cisco. All right. Hopefully there will be an order for some small Cisco that we can turn in. Nice view looking down this way. Looks like we've got an ad break coming up in about 30 seconds here. That'll just be to prevent pre-roll ads. We'll keep on fishing through it. What do we got? Looks like another sardine Cisco. Let's see, what was that catfish spot? 4135. Actually not terribly far away from it, so maybe at nighttime I'll go bring the boat over there and see if we can't get one of those armor catfish on. Yes, that. Sun may just be getting low enough that the daytime fish have gone to bed. All right, so that catfish spot, it's got to be like right around here. It's 4135. I'm going to find that spot and switch baits and try it out. Let's see. So from this side, 40 is right here. 135, is that going to be west or north? Go 40. Nice. Yeah, I wonder if it's the one they mentioned earlier, the 84 100 or something like that, because that's where I caught all my wild carp at. And I mean, it's active in the sense of a carp active spot. It was still like only maybe 5 per hour, but they were all markers, so they're worth a lot of silver. 149.8. Okay, that's a different one. Interesting. Trying to find that 4135 spot here. Apparently it's like right up against the buoys. It's gonna be closer to this shore, it looks like. Right along here, okay. Drop the anchor. And let's throw a line out with some larvae and pieces of fish. What's the depth here? So deep, we'll keep it at 4 meters. Let's see if we can get one of those catfish that are supposedly at this spot. Looks like 4 meters maybe too deep. Bring it down to 3.5. All right, come on, catfish. Might as well give it a shot since nighttime is otherwise dead. If we can catch one catfish, it'll be worth it, I think. I think this hopefully demonstrated that you can do some decent telescopic fishing by drifting here. I think you throw 2 spinners out on the other boat rods, and then you have your telescopic on your primary hand. You could probably make pretty decent silver doing that. I've caught my biggest buffalo was not in the pond, okay, and it was in the in an algae patch. If you go to like the eastern edge of that island with the pond, there's some algae and reeds, and my largest buffalo was actually caught there. Yeah, I think it's rare, but I think your best odds are always in the pond, but they can randomly show up elsewhere. Come on, catfish. A nice tasty treat out here for you. You think they're actually like in the 17-meter hole, or like is you know what the clip is on that 30 on this 35 140 spot? I wonder if I need to go further out to do this. Come on, catfish. Or sturgeon. I'll take a sturgeon too. Ooh, someone got a 847 gram Vindus on the global there. Say that's a really large Vindus, but it's also from the region that seems to have fish that are twice as big as every other region, so know how that goes. I don't have any luck here. Let's try shooting further out into the deeper part of the water and see if we have better luck. What do you think, Canadian? Do you think that record we saw the other day that was a 25 kilo fish caught on an ultralight telescopic? Are you calling as much shenanigans as I am on that? Let's actually bring this way down in depth now. All the way to the max. All right, playing with fire out here in deep water with sturgeon bait, but you only live once, as they say. Also drifting quite a bit for having an anchor down. That's right. As we say, we live our life a quarter float at a time. Come on, catfish and sturgeon, come get this delicious meat. I suspect because we can't get the bait quite deep enough, we're probably not going to have any luck with this, but worth a shot. Yeah, especially the like crayfish tails and stuff like that. I think I'll definitely have some luck with the once I get there using, like you say, the crab and mussel and all that should be really good alternatives for. I know that's one of the mussel meat especially is so common for boilies, and the drawback of using telescopic for carp hair and pop-up rigs is you can't use those extra large boilies because it's too heavy for the rod. So if you use the meat itself, I would imagine you could really rack some stuff in with that. I just have to figure out a good way to farm mussels and crab, I suppose. Yeah, this doesn't seem to be doing anything for us here. There's a buffalo. All right, well, this bus is not going to. Let's go move. I'm gonna move a little closer to the shoreline and see. I have found with some of the bottom feeders, like the catfish and whatnot, if you just let the bait hang on the bottom so that the float actually starts touching the bottom, it does seem to work out decently. Yeah, that's one thing I haven't been able to find verification on whether or not Telescopic can use the bait fish rig. So hopefully, you know, in another 1.1%, I'll be able to confirm that. Unfortunately, I assume it probably can't because you can't put waggler floats on a telescopic rig, but who knows? We'll see. If you can't put waggler floats on, I assume you can't put marker floats on as well, which is what I believe what the bait fish rigs require. So that here. Well, actually, you know, it says it requires a big float, but looking at the picture, that doesn't look exactly like a marker rod or float. So who knows? Maybe you can. It's not. How is this not touching the bottom? Also, there now it's. So here it's touching the bottom, but the current is still strong enough that it's dragging the float along. Let's just bring it down to like 3 meter. Sun's about to come back up though, so I'll let this drift for a second here, and then we can just go back up and get back to our regular drifting during the daytime. I really wish that these floats here came in other color options because they are the most visible floats of all the options you can get for fixed float. But with only one color option, when you have an area with current and 3 rods, you can't tell which line it's attached to, unfortunately. If I could get in other colors, I would just use 3 of this particular float shape. All right, well, the catfish experiment didn't work out, but it's all right. Let's get back and catch a few more drifting fish before the boat rental expires. Ooh, someone got a 34-kilo Persian sturgeon. That must have been worth a lot of XP because the one that I caught was like, it was super small, but worth a ton of XP if I remember correctly. Where is that little Persian at? Right here. That was only 10 kilo. I guess that must have been something else I was thinking of. There was some little sturgeon I got that was really small but worth like 20 something thousand X. I thought it was the Persian, but okay, which bait combo should I try on this last little drifting run? A little bit further upstream here. They actually did a pretty good job with the moon in that skybox. It does have a little bit of 3D feel to it. Little small detail that a lot of people probably don't notice. Red worm and mayfly. The old standard already. Back here towards the center and put the line out. All right. Top engine, mayfly, and red worm. Here we go. My depth set at still 4 meter. Little spot of tea. Come on, Tunguska, bless us with the Taman. Missed it. Come on, Taman. Well, we gotta use the reverse psychology. That's right. We don't want Taman. They're such a worthless fish. We don't ever want them to fight. So you got another buffalo out there, Canadian. You got a nibble. All right, all right. What do we got? Nice size sardine Cisco there. I mean, to be fair, what spot doesn't suck during the night? Got another Cisco. I don't remember if the Cisco are particularly valuable or not. The broad whitefish over at the 82-100 spot are not bad at all. You get those ones that are 3 or 4 kilo. They're worth about 20 or 30 silver. Another small whitefish, I think. Yeah, almost 2 kilo. Yeah, there's definitely, I think, a coded multiplier and bite chance if you are in a boat with telescopic rod. I think that's probably coded in specifically because you can't have 3 rods out. Like the float does not, or the line doesn't have to be in the water long at all for stuff to start hitting, as long as there's an active time. There's Cisco. One of those Ciscos with another telescopic weakly. That one up too soon. Come on, give me something good. My strategy for drifting here is if I don't get a bite in 30 seconds, it's better to just recast. Has the spot livened up for you at all, Canadian, or still pretty dead? Small whitefish here. No, small muxon. Pretty dead. Yeah, I find that like even the spots where I've had luck at Actuba, it wasn't even that it was bad bite rate. It was just big, valuable fish, but it was still just a few fish per hour. At some point, I still need to make my first archipelago trip as well. See what kind of shenanigans I can get into there with the telescopic. Arbash catching those grass carp out at Bear Lake. Waking up finally? That's good. Yeah, those, the big thing about the bottom skill points, I still need to work on my bottom fishing at some point, if for no other reason than to unlock spod and marker rods, because those are actually useful for telescopic fishing as well. The pellet there. Rokavar with another trophy gibble. It's the third trophy Gibble slash Crucian I've seen get in the last hour. Yeah, getting those pop-ups at Amber on bottom is definitely it's nice, but I will warn you, it's still like when you watch, you can go to the exact same spot other people will have and use all the exact same tackle, but without having spot and PVA unlocked, it's still a huge bite rate difference. Like it's crazy how big a difference PVA and spot makes at Amber. Let's see, it's like another Muxin, I think. Yep. How much time is left on this boat rental? I feel like it's been the 2 days already. Still no taming though. Again. So Sura's got a boat that you can drift on as well, right? Whatever that was a weird bite pattern. It does? Okay, so something I can look forward to trying there as well, I suppose. Another pellet. We'll definitely keep an eye out for some active Sura spots for next week. See what we can catch out there. What is this? Hey, there we go. Finally got one of the catfish, unexpectedly. All right. Apparently, the usual bait combo works just fine for going after them. I'm about to hit the boundary here. All right, let's do something crazy. We want to start the engine up and let's try trolling upstream with the telescopic in the water and see what sort of disastrous results come out with that. I like how it's making the line stretch out almost like it was a on a reel there. There's a bite, but oh wait, no, we've got a fish on. Okay, we've done it. Arctic onion. This is a stupid way to telefish, but at least it lets us catch something while we're boating back upstream. Yeah, it doesn't work well, but works. It's about like the stream up there. It's clearly not made to work. Hey, that Umber catfish was a weekly telescopic. All right. I think the key is you have to get the fish to hop on before it reaches the point where it's being drugged behind you like that, where it's at the end of the line, essentially. Give this a second and see if anything bites. See, now I'm starting to wonder if you can use those soft lure rigs that you can use, like Sabrolina or whatever. Oh, hey, it worked. We got something on. All right. This is dumb, but entertaining. You can use soft lure rigs with a telescopic while trolling. Then the world is our oyster. Another muck's in there. So you got a wild carp. Another muck's in there. Yeah, it's I'll definitely give it a shot. I mean, it's in perfect range for telescopic. What kind of bait's active there right now? I know when I was catching wild carp on my telescopics, I was using double night crawler, which was pretty effective. Mussel and fruit. All right. I don't know, maybe what I really need to do at Actuba is do trolley telling. Back in the deeper hole over there. on, fish, wake back up. Yeah. Gotta ask him sometimes. That'll get him to do what you ask him to do. Another Cisco, I think. Yep, Arctic only. Alright. Heli trolling, it's the new deep sea fishing. It's all the rage. A little bit further up this hole and go back to drifting. I'm surprised that the 2-day boat rental has not run out yet. It was a 2-day that I got, wasn't it? Yeah. Interesting. Maybe the boat rental place saw that I'm using a telescopic and showed pity on me and has given me extra time. That's right. Using a telescopic from the boat broke all the game's calculations. Doesn't know how to handle this. I think we can probably go ahead and go back to drifting now. Yeah, the embankments there at Act 2 are another challenging, especially for telescopic. Like it gets a little awkward because there's so many steep parts. Overcast weather's back in here, which does seem to lower the bite rate on these guys a bit. False drop there. Now it's raining too. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. I think this rain is killing the bite rate here. How disrespectful of the weather. Here we go, got something. Another Cisco. Apparently one of the Arctic Omeal I caught like 10 minutes ago just popped up as a telescopic weekly. Come on, rain, go away. Well, I think this weather may have dried things up here, so it might be a good opportunity to go ahead and cash out. We can get one more fish in the next minute or so here. See, that Actuba spot is, what was it, 140.98, all right. I may go try it out while I do my happy hour crafting. Are you getting a lot of like small wild carp, or was there just the one wild carp? Otherwise, it's mostly the buffalo and grass carp. One more cast, just for good measure. Small wild carp. Yes, that's kind of what outside of the one spot that was working out for me. That was a trouble I had for a while there. Actually, I would find spots that were active, but I couldn't get a marker wild carp to save my life. In that one spot, like it was basically only marker wild carp, but there was only a few per hour. Yep, I do believe the rain has killed this spot. Well, I should say this river, because we're drifting through plenty of spots here. So I'm going to go ahead and fast travel back and see if we can turn in anything to the cafe and see how much we got otherwise. Don't expect this to have been a very profitable venture. It's more or less just for fun. Fishing from the embankment at the 82-100 spot certainly would have yielded much better profit. It's fun to try some things out here and there. All right, cafe. Aha! Cisco coming in clutch. Here's a 40, almost 41 silver cafe order. Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely worth bringing the Falcon rods out there, see what I can do. All right, what do we think we got in the keep net here? Sort by weight. I'm going to guess 92 silver. 210? Well, I hope so. 182. Well, actually, it was double my guess, closer to yours. So that plus the 40 we got on the cafe order, so 220 silver for 35 fish. just doing something for fun for about an hour and a half. Not bad. Not bad at all. It gives me plenty of money to buy some bait harvesting stuff, so yeah, that's probably what I'll do with my, after stream here, I'll do some bait harvesting, crafting to get that skill up with my happy hour and see if I can grab some buffalo over there in Actuba. Of course, it's about to be nighttime, so I might go have a snack or something to wait for nighttime to pass and then hop in there. Go and get our nightly scoop for good luck. What do we got? What do we got? Yeah, we got all three, so that's good luck. Love to see that. Go ahead and switch to game there. And with that, we'll go ahead and call it a night. So that was a fun experiment. It was fun to see trolling here working with the Telescopic, weirdly enough. I want to keep trying to figure out a way to make that stream work with Telescopic. Got a few fish there, but it just it's very difficult to get it in a position where it'll actually not just put the float out of the air. I want to give that some more try, see if we can do something with that. I'll brainstorm tonight something to do for the stream tomorrow for hitting 100 followers, do a little something special. But other than that, I hope everyone has a good night. Those of you over in Europe, a good day, and hope everyone has some good fishing. Take it easy, and I'll see you next time, folks.